All right, let's talk about something that sounds super technical, but trust me, it's one of the most powerful ideas for building a better business. We're talking about enterprise architecture.
Okay, so I want you to try something. Picture your company's technology, but not as servers and code. Think of it as a city, right? So what does your city look like? Is it this well-planned metropolis where everything just works? Or is it a chaotic mess? Where buildings are thrown up without a plan, roads lead to nowhere, and you're just stuck in traffic all the time.
And if your city is unplanned, you feel it, right? You get this tangled web of applications that's just a nightmare to maintain. You've got different departments using their own tools that don't talk to each other at all, and that just creates these massive headaches, inefficiencies, security risks, and this huge mountain of what we call technical debt. That's basically the bill for all those quick and dirty fixes that deep down you're going to have to pay off later.
And this chaos, it has real consequences. Get this, a staggering 70% of digital transformations fail. Just let that sink in for a second. The vast majority of these huge, expensive, company-wide projects just fall flat. And a huge reason why is that there's no coherent plan holding it all together.
But, it doesn't have to be this way. There's a solution. We need to get from that chaos to some real cohesion. And for that, well, you need an architect.
And that right there is what enterprise architecture, or EA for short, is all about. It's basically a game plan. It's a structured way to make sure that every single technology decision, from buying a new piece of software to building a new system, is done on purpose. It's about making sure your IT is perfectly aligned with your business goals, all working together as part of one master plan.
And this whole city planning thing, it's not just a cute metaphor I'm using. It's a really proven way to think about it. This quote just nails it. Just like a real city, your IT system needs zoning laws, it needs infrastructure plans, and it absolutely needs a blueprint if it's going to grow without just collapsing into chaos.
Okay, so if you're the city planner, the architect for your organization, what's in your toolkit? How do you actually go about designing and building this better digital city?
Well, the core process is actually pretty logical when you break it down. First, you've got to assess the current state. You map out the existing city. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The traffic jams, the crumbling buildings, all of it. Second, you design the future state. This is the fun part, the blueprint for the amazing, efficient city you want to become. And third, you build a roadmap. That's your step-by-step construction plan to get from here to there. Now, a huge piece of this is something called application rationalization. Sounds fancy, right? But in our city metaphor, it's basically the zoning board. You're looking at every single building, every app, and making some tough calls. Do we keep it? Do we upgrade it? Or is it time to call in the demolition crew? So how do you make those calls without it just being a gut feeling? Well, architects have this super handy tool called the time model. It's a simple but really powerful framework that helps you sort every single application into one of 4 buckets. Tolerate? It's fine for now. We'll leave it be. Invest? This thing is high value. Let's pour some resources into it. Migrate? We need what it does, but we need it on a better platform. And finally, eliminate. This is just redundant or useless. Let's get rid of it and save ourselves the money and the headache.
Okay, now this next part is really important because the role of that city planner, this enterprise architect, it's changed a lot. We've seen this massive evolution from them being a rigid gatekeeper to being more of a flexible guide.
This slide lays it out perfectly. The old school architect, they were the gatekeeper. Slow, bureaucratic, focused on rigid rules, and honestly, they were often seen as a roadblock. But business moves way too fast for that now. The modern, agile architect is totally different. They're a guide, they're collaborative, they're focused on business outcomes, and they're seen as an enabler who helps everyone move faster.
And that's the key, really. The goal of modern EA isn't to control everyone, it's to empower them. It's about giving teams the maps, the data, and the guardrails so they can make better, faster, and more informed decisions all on their own, without having to ask for permission. And this empowerment has a massive direct impact on your people. I mean, think about it. Is there anything more disempowering than fighting with frustrating technology at work? An Adobe survey found that nearly half of all US employees would actually quit their jobs over it. That's insane, right? A well-architected IT landscape isn't just about efficiency. It's a critical tool for keeping your best people happy.
So let's bring this all home. When you start applying these principles, you move beyond just managing technology. You start intentionally building your digital future. You're designing a thriving, resilient, and future-ready city for your business.
So what do you really need to remember from all this? First, enterprise architecture is the master plan for your tech. It cuts costs, it boosts efficiency, the whole deal. Second, that city planning metaphor, it really works. It makes complicated stuff feel simple. And maybe the most important thing, remember that the modern architect is an agile guide, not a rigid gatekeeper. Their job is to empower everyone to build a more competitive and resilient business.
Which leaves us with one final question for you to chew on. Take a good, honest look at your own organization's technology. Are you accidentally building digital slums through neglect and just letting things sprawl? Or are you intentionally grabbing the blueprints and designing a thriving, future-ready city? The choice is yours.